Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good morning. Such a beautiful, beautiful morning. So, last night I did a voiceover of this book, of this beautiful story. And just as I finished half an hour video, and I thought I have a good voice, good emotion, and just realized that I didn't record it. And I was very sad. I wanted to do it again. And then I was thinking, I start to think about it. It is supposed to be just like the story. So let's continue with the story. So yesterday or last time we talked about the book, the search for the book of Thoth. Thoth is Thoth, is Egyptian god of wisdom. And the prince, his name is Captain. Let me see. The prince name is where I cannot find the prince name. The prince Neferkapta. The prince went all the way wanting to look for this book because he had all the power, he had all the magician. And every day he read about his learning. He learned from an old ancient scroll, an ancient roll of paper. And he felt he knows everything. Now he wanted to get to the root of all knowledge that is written in the book of Thoth. So he was looking for the book of Thoth. So he brought all his family, his wife, Ahura is his son, baby boy, his son, Mehab. The three of them took a big barge, a big boat from Memphis, not Tennessee, Memphis, Egypt, and went along the Nile River, arrived Coptos, and looking for the book. And when he arrived in Coptos, there was a temple, and the priests came out. They were very surprised. Nobody knows about the book of Thoth. How can you know it? He said, I'm the prince. I want to know it. And I knew the location. Then there is one priest from the temple came out and said, yes, it is here. The book of Thoth is here. It is underwater in an iron box, in an iron box, and in the iron box there is a bronze box, and in the bronze box there is a sacramore box. It's a very kind of a special wood, beautiful and royal wood, sacramore. And in the sacramore box there is an ivory and ebony box. And in the ivory and ebony box there is a silver box. And in the silver box there is a golden box. And inside the golden box there is it, the book of Thoth. So there are how many layers? So iron, bronze, sycamore, ivory and ebony, silver, gold, 6 layers, at least 6 layers of it. But be warned, the priest told him. The book cannot be touched. Cannot. Not. C-A-N-N-O-T. Cannot be touched by human hands. No human can touch the book. The gods have surrounded the book with magic, the black magic. The book was surrounded with magic by the gods. A serpent that cannot be slain guards it. There was a serpent guarding it. And this serpent, you cannot kill the serpent. You cannot kill it. It is immortal. It is just cannot die. Come feast us. Then take your barge home. No use. You cannot touch the book. You cannot get the book. If you try to touch the book, you will seal your doom, your curse, your doom, your miserable destiny. So you do not touch the book. We are good host. We accept you. Come to our place, no problem. Eat and drink, feast with us, and then go home. We bless you a good return to your home. The priest's words scared Ahura, his wife, the wife of the prince. But the prince just smiled. He had no fear. He is determined. He wanted one thing, and only this one thing, the book of Thoth. Nothing, not anything can stop him. Do you think I come here all the way, this far, this long, this hard? I come here unprepared? You may think again. I am prepared. I know the book's danger. I know it's dangerous. I know it's not an easy task. They do not scare me. All this danger, all these problems does not scare me. I am a prince, and I am the finest magician of the whole wide world. Surely, I can defeat the spells that surrounded this ancient book. I can defeat it, and only I can defeat it. After we feast, you will see what I do. So when the royal family and the priests were done with feasting, they eat, they drink, they chat, and they had a very good meal. Neferkapta stood up. The prince stood up. I cannot delay. Ahura, Mihab, you stay here while I get the book. Wait me here, don't move. Soon I will know everything the gods do. Very soon I will be the most powerful person. I will know how the gods do things. Although I'm a human, I will get the book. I will be above the human level. So again, Ahura was hesitating. Ahura, his wife, kind of scared and tried to stop her husband, tried to stop him, but no use. He was totally, absolutely immersed in his own ideal, in his own dream, in his own wish, ambition. Neferkapta ran down the river So he ran down the river, the prince. He picked up some mud in his hand. So it's Nile River. I think 20, 30 years ago, we went to Nile River. It's beautiful, beautiful, unbelievably beautiful. It's like paradise, right? Papyrus on the side. It's such a scene in the desert, this beautiful river. So he ran down the river and he picked up some mud in his hand. He molded this mud in his hand and uttered a spell. And then the mud magically transformed. You can see the mud stand up, and then arm, and then leg, and then hair, and then eyes, nose, and then become human form. And they became a group of strong men. Oh, muscle, six-pack, muscle. Oh, tablet chocolat. Oh, so cool. And I think Schwarzenegger, a rock, yeah, those kind of form. Oh, so cool. Yeah. Never captain. Give a blow and breathed life into the man, into this group of people, and commanded and said, walk for me, go to the bottom of the river and find that box, find that book of Thoth. So the mud workers toiled day and night. They dig, they throw the sand, and they drain the water. They walked day and night, night and day and night and day and night and day. Yeah. On the third day, 1, 2, 3, 4, third day, they found the resting place of the iron box. Neferkapta, the prince, cast a spell. The iron box, covered with snakes, scorpions, and all the muds, rose from the bottom of the water, and rose up, and then rested on the sandy shore. You can see the box on the sandy shore. Neferkapta, the prince, took a deep breath and cried out a terrible voice. All the snakes and scorpions fell dead. All dead. All of them, except one giant, humongous, vicious, with poisonous venom teeth, sharp teeth, that curled itself. It curled completely around the box. As you can see, you have a box and you use a rope, rope, layer after layer, layer after layer, roll after roll, completely cover this box. And that snake rolled up exactly like that. So the box, you cannot see the iron box. It's a coil of snake. Neferkapta, the prince, cast spell. After spell, after spell. He cast spell after spell after spell after spell, but nothing worked on this magical serpent. It just doesn't work. He pulled his sword from his belt and raised it high and cut. He cut to the snake, and he cut off the snake, the big serpent's head, and the serpent has rolled to the ground. But to his horror, the serpent's head reattach itself. So he cut it off, and the head reattach. It's become a serpent again. Ahura, who was watching from the temple far away, his wife saw it. He was scared and screamed, "How horrible! Oh my goodness!" Neferkapta sliced the beast again, and this time he threw the head into the water. He cut it and then threw it into the water. Ooh. Now I can take a breath. But the serpent head again magically reattach itself. It runs from the water, it floats up and came back to the box and came back to the serpent. The prince was growing tired. Oh my goodness, cut. It just doesn't work. He had to think quickly. Bling, ding, 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 ding. He was thinking emoji. So I know, he said this time, he said to himself, I know how I deal with you. He sliced off the snake's head for the third time, cut it out. And before the snake head could reattach itself, Neferkapta threw sand onto the serpent's open wound. So the serpent's open wound had blood, and the blood is kind of gluey, sticky, can reattach. Even with water, it reattach. But with sand, it dries up. It's becoming a barrier, a wall of protection. And when the head try to attach back into the snake, into the serpent, you know the result, right? The sand blocked the magic. So the snake couldn't move. But it wasn't dead. Its eyes opened wide up. Head, only the head. Body and head separate, and its eyes opened like an egg, like ostrich egg, big round egg, opened up and watched Neferkapta to walk over to the iron box. Everything was witnessed by the snake's head, the serpent head. Neferkapta opened the iron box. Then he opened the bronze box. And then he opened the box made of sycamore box. Then he opened the ivory and ebony box. And then he opened the silver box. And then finally he opened the golden box. His hands trembled as he touched the book of Thoth. He touched it. Human hand touched the book, and there was no magic. There was no magic. Nothing stopped him from opening it. Was this true? No magic. He opened it. Neferkapta read the first page. Immediately, he held power over the earth and sky. He made thunders, rumbles, and the ground shake. Amazing, he cried. The prince read the second page. Immediately, he could hear what the birds and animals were saying. The birds singing, choo, choo, choo. The animal, goo, goo, meow, meow, everything. He can understand. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I want to play with you. Anything. He can hear the animal. Incredible. This is incredible. On the third page, Neferkapta, the prince, learned all of the tricks of the universe. He learned everything. He learned universal gravity. He learned multivariable calculus, derivative. He learned about the AI. He learned about the YouTube algorithm, TikTok algorithm, and the big capital, the stock market, everything. He knows everything now. Too cool. Neferkapta could not wait. He was so happy. He was so powerful. He was on top of the world. And he does not want to keep it only to himself. He wanted to share with his most beautiful, beloved wife, Ahura. Come, Ahura, he called. Read these pages. You too shall know the powers of the gods. After reading the first page, Ahura also gained power over the earth and sky. She knew the language of the animals, and she learned all the universe secrets. Multivariable calculus, derivative, and anything, yes. How to make an airplane, anything. Just think about it. He knows everything. Soon the family boarded the barge for home. They have done. They can go back home, right? So they had hardly started to move. They are just about to move when suddenly a terrible, terrible power seized Mihab, their baby boy. What's happening? Screamed Ahura as Mihab was thrown into the water. What's going on? Oh my! Neferkapta quickly spoke a powerful spell. He already had all the power of the gods, right? So he spoke a spell. Mihab's body, the baby's body, returned to the ship. But the baby, he was already dead. My son, oh my son, cried Neferkapta, cried the mom, Ahura. What happened to you? Although Mihab was dead, his spirit, called Ka, his spirit, Ka, the spirit, spoke. Thoth, the god of wisdom, Thoth knows you found his book of magic. It was Thoth's power that threw me into the river. and drowned me. He, Thoth, the god of wisdom, wants to punish you for what you have done, for putting your hand in the book of Thoth. A moment later, the power, exact same power, took hold of Ahura. She was thrown into the river. Neferkapta cried and tore his clothes. He yelled out more spells. He yelled and spells. Ahura's body returned to the barge on the boat. But it was too late. She was dead. Also dead. His son, his wife, both dead. Neferkapta, the prince, embalmed his wife and his son. Embalm is to put chemicals, to put honey, to put oil, preserve, so that their body will not decay, will not disappear, will keep the same, and buried them in a tomb in Coptos. So his family left there. I must go tell my father of my misfortune. I must go home. He went back. He boarded the royal barge and once more set out for going home. However, when the barge arrived in Memphis, the prince did not step out. The barge, the big boat, the royal boat, arrived. But arrived only the boat. No one walks out of the boat. Neferkapta's father, his father, a pharaoh, found his son lying on the floor of the barge, dead. Neferkapta, the prince, the almighty prince, who had already read the book of Thoth, has died. The book of Thoth has been tied around Neferkapta's body. Neferkapta was lying on the barge, lying on the boat. On his chest, there was this book, the book of Thoth. And this book was rolled, tied with a rope on his chest. The Pharaoh cried, "My son, my heaven, my heart, let this be a lesson to you, a lesson to me, a lesson to all. Do not seek the knowledge that belongs to God. Stay in your place. Do not ask for the knowledge that does not belong to you. That's the knowledge only in the hands of the God." With heavy heart, the Pharaoh, the king, Egyptian king, the Pharaoh placed Neferkapta and the book of Thoth. The king, the Pharaoh, did not touch the book. He just let it tied with the body of Neferkapta, with his son. The same thing. He buried them, placed the Neferkapta and the Book of Thoth in a tomb. He sealed the tomb completely with secret lock. Nobody, not anybody, could never, ever, ever, never enter into it. So he wanted to make sure that nobody will never, ever, ever, never have this disastrous fate as his own son. Know you. Know your place. Know your right. Not more than that. Not more. Not less, but not more. Thank you very, very much. I love you. I really do. Do, 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 do. Cuckoo, bye, bye. Okay, so here I will tell you. So last night I made this video with my full emotion, but I didn't record it. And today I am redoing it. And there was less this first time rawness. There was a little bit improvement in my second recording, this recording. But this is what I have learned. Heaven has a way. Maybe it is supposed to me for me to read it 2 times to understand this story. Now, the misfortune of unable to record it the first time actually become a kind of karma, a kind of destiny, a kind of supposed to be. It may be just a process for me to understand why I should do it again, why it didn't work out the first time. Accept life. Know what you can. Know what you cannot. And no complaint. Bye-bye, friends. I love you. I really do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Goo, goo, bye. Bye. Bye, 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 for real.